Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at 55% level 1 Link's LR Omega Shenron. This is the character that released alongside Gogeta as the Dokkan Fest of Part 2 of the 2025 Global Dokkan Celebration. Let's quickly go through his kit, see what he does, and then we'll jump into an event with his interesting team. It's definitely interesting. Leader skill, Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT Bosses 3 key, 200% HP, and 170% attack and defense. And then an additional 50% to stats for characters who are also in Shadow Dragon Saga, Worldwide Chaos, or Battle of Fate. I didn't really like this leader skill at first, but the more I looked into it, it's definitely not the worst, and we'll show that in a second here. His super attack, the 12 key Dragon Flash Bullet. This is going to raise defense for 1 turn, colossal damage, and greatly lower attack and defense. 18 key is the Demon Death Ball. This greatly raises defense for 4 turns and does mega colossal damage to all enemies, and then has an attack break. This is an AoE that attack breaks. Kind of interesting. I mean, if we get a stage with a lot of enemies, you can attack break each of them. That's, you know, we'll see what that, what kind of value this has going forward, but pretty interesting. This is a very good super attack effect, I think. His passive, Diabolical Abilities, activates the entrance animation when all allies are extreme class characters. So extreme class allies chance of performing a crit 20% and randomly changes tech or AGL key spheres to rainbow key spheres for 1 turn. And then he launches an additional super attack, and extreme class allies get 2 key and 70% attack for 4 turns. So kind of the opposite of the Gogeta 1-turn buff. Or sorry, 4-turn buff, where Gogeta's giving the 70% defense. This guy's giving 70% attack for 4 turns. Basic effects: 3 key, 300% to stats, receives an additional 1 key per key sphere obtained, 50% damage reduction, randomly changes physical or int key spheres to rainbow. So he is double rainbow orb changing for the first turn, and then he gets more rainbow orb changing later. With a rainbow key sphere obtained, extreme class allies defense plus 70%, and then an additional damage reduction rate of 10% to characters who are also part of the GT Bosses category for 2 turns. So obviously this is they're trying to push GT Bosses a little bit here. I don't know if the team is there yet. It's going to get some more help soon, but yeah, we'll show the team in a second. But when attacking, attack plus 150%. When key is 18 or more, attack plus 150% when attacking, and then defense 150% when receiving an attack. So you want to make sure you're at least at 18 key when receiving an attack. So I don't think he's going to be an issue for this guy because he's orb changing so much, but yeah, that should be what you try and go for. When attacking with 24 key, he is guaranteed critting. So 24 key guaranteed crits, you don't need to give this character crit at all. When receiving an unarmed super attack, great chance of nullifying it and countering with tremendous power. And then if he's got 70% or less HP, he's guaranteed nullifying and countering. After performing 5 or more attacks in battle, extreme class allies 2 key and chance of performing a critical hit plus 20%. So that's essentially the intro buff that wears out after 1 turn. He's just regaining the ability once you've done 5 attacks. And he's going to change tech or AGL key spheres to rainbow, which again kind of mimics that 1-turn buff. So you get that back after doing 5 attacks, which should not be that difficult to do. His active skill is the Devastating Minus Energy, can be activated when there is another Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT Bosses category ally attacking in the same turn, or after the character performs 5 or more attacks in battle. Pretty easy condition to get here. The active skill is it creates the domain Earth shrouded in minus energy for 3 turns. Here is the effect: Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT Bosses category enemies and allies attack plus 25%, and then increases damage received by superclass enemies and allies by 20%, and then an additional 10% for characters who also belong to the Earth Protecting Heroes, Fuse Fighters, or GT Heroes category. So a lot of offensive power from this. This is not really giving any defensive utility, but a lot of offense, which, you know, depending on what play style you like, that could be a positive or negative. His links: Brutal Beatdown, Big Bad Bosses, GT, Fear and Faith, Shadow Dragons, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. And his categories, we have Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, GT Bosses, Shadow Dragon Saga, Worldwide Chaos, Battle of Fate, and Full Power. Here is the team that we're going to be running. Every single one of these characters is on the full 220% leader skill. Obviously, the Part 1 Rose and Zamasu character should work very well with this character. I'm going to try full power Frieza with this team. Full power Frieza actually is on the full leader skill. The first like true team for him, I think, is pretty interesting. And then we're going to run AGL Rose, who's fine, but it's going to be Tech Buhan, who I'm looking at here. Like, how is he going to work with this team? He should be a decent floater. Tech Buhan, let's just take a look and refresh why I'm even considering this Tech Buhan. When there is another power absorption or transformation boost category ally attacking in the same turn, which is going to be every turn, he's supporting 2 key and 50% stats to extreme class. That's the main reason he's here. I don't really know if I'm going to be using this guy's domain, but his domain should be decent. Power absorption, transformation boost, 15% attack and defense. If we run out of the Omega Shenron domains, we can pop that Tech Boo's domain, and he's going to be supporting the team. So that could be interesting. And then Super Baby 2 has the time limited buff, so I think he should be a pretty decent run here. But let's jump in with this team against the, again, Blue Goku Red Zone Sage. I do like this fight because he's got a lot of HP, and he's tanky, and he does decent damage. By the way, I think this Goku also does have a melee super. The Grudgeless Strike, yeah, we can see it as a melee super, so we can actually see Omega get the nullification encounter against this guy too. So let's go. I do think this team looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it's the greatest team of all time. 2 Omegas turn 1, okay. And then full power Frieza is in slot. This is not the greatest opener, but at least we got the Omegas right away so that we can see how he performs immediately. Let's go.
All right, Omega, let's see what you got. What do you got?
The battle motion definitely looks very good. Let's just show the battle motion again. Oh, yeah, we can immediately pop that. Definitely are going to do that, but let's just see this again. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I mean, we'll just pop the domain here, and we can see the difference in attack stats, I guess. We're starting out with, was it 730? It's hard to really tell before you attack, but let's go. This OST is probably my favorite new OST in Part 2. You're probably going to be hearing this in some Legends showcases because this OST is crazy. Okay, so let's go. Let's just put Omega in slot 1. We want to make sure he's got full 24 key for the guaranteed crits. Remember, Rose is giving crit support as well, so even though, you know, there might be some instances where maybe we can't get 24 key with Omega, we will have the crit support from Rose. And then remember, Omega himself is also giving crit support to the whole team. So, like, sometimes we might get some villains that might fit on this team with Omega who maybe could use crit from the hidden potential system, maybe could use crit from some skill orbs. But maybe you don't even really need to give that character crit, because if you're using them on the Omega team, they're getting so much crit support regardless that maybe, you know, maybe you don't need to. Also want to make sure we're giving a Rainbow Orb to Omega. Let's see. What are we working with here, Goku? Super? Nullify? I don't think we got it. We failed the 70% chance immediately? It looks like we did. Thanks, Omega. Double digits anyway. 43 million, huh? Okay. 43 instantly. And then there's the attack break. And then here's the additional. Remember, he's got to do 5 attacks to get his full passive. Get AGL Rose hit a few times so we can get his damage to go up. But I really do think Omega is a very good character, for sure. And he actually does partner up pretty well with the Part 1 Rose and Zamasu as well. This should be fine. Yeah, nice. Super easy A Rose. And then here's the friend. going to continue pummeling this guy. Yeah, the guaranteed crits is pretty big for this guy here. Okay, not a very good second rotation. I mean, that's just clear. But let's do this. Super Baby 2 should be fine. Buhan should be fine. And obviously Rosé is going to be okay. Let's do that. Baby starting at 24 key is nice. The domain is definitely going to help our numbers offensively. Yeah, I mean, you can try that if you want. Go ahead. Remember, Rosé's condition for his guard, and also some other stats as well, damage reduction, is 1 future ally or extreme. Oh my god, did that say 67? Okay. Yeah, that's the domain buff there. That's a lot. Good luck, dude. So Rosé's got his full abilities up. This team is looking pretty good, actually. I do want to see how full power Frieza does, and it's a bit unfortunate that we got him on slot 7, because I do want to get him stacked, but yeah, I mean, Buhan support on this turn, domain support is up, like, we got the Omega support, the intro buff up, like, there's so much support just flowing through the veins of this team. We got the double rainbow orb changing, like, the villain team, they did something that I didn't think they really could do, and they made Omega Shenron kind of like the ultimate villain leader. All right, I'm gonna leave things exactly like this. Actually, you know what? I do want to put Omega in slot 1 just to get the counter, but I do want to make sure full power Frieza gets built up, so I'll actually leave. We'll get the counter next turn. Let's do this. I want to make sure full power Frieza gets built up. He needs to get built up. Let's do it like this. Okay, we should be fine. And then the good thing about full power Frieza on this team is we actually can do the strategy. Yeah, nice. We can do the strategy where we kind of alternate full power Frieza's position during the rotation, right? So we want to put him in slot 1 the first turn to make sure that he gets hit so we can get the additional 35 almost. Then we want to put him in slot 2 the next turn so we can continue getting the additionals, and you kind of like move him back and forth. And that is something we can get away with him being right next to Omega. And the main reason why is because Omega gets all of his defense outside of his super attack effect from just his pass. Like, he doesn't actually need to attack to get his defense, again, outside of the super attack effect. So Omega could be a pretty solid slot 1 character to fill in for Frieza while he goes into slot 2 and gets the extra stacks. All right, Omega, what do you got? What are we looking at here? 47. I'm really liking this guy a lot. You know me, I'm the villain guy. And if we really are getting a villain like this that can tie together a lot of these characters, like I didn't think I'd be running Goku Black and Frieza and Buhan and Omega all together in the same team. This guy makes it possible. It really is. It really is possible now. This is exactly the kind of leader I was actually hoping that we'd get, and they actually did it, right? I was kind of hoping for this last year with Broly. It was very tough for them to do that with Broly. Broly doesn't have big bad bosses, but I mean, all right. Let me actually just refresh myself on the active skill buff from Goku Black here. Let me see what it is, because he buffs certain categories. Super bosses. Yeah. Don't really have a ton of super bosses here besides Goku Black and Rosé. Damn it, man. If this... Could you imagine if this was just extreme class allies get 15% attack and defense? Oh my god. I feel like we're just gonna let's just pop it anyway. Let's of course first use this, get this domain back up, and then I'll go ahead and pop the. You know what? Let's pop the let's pop the Fuse Zamasu one. Get some extra attack for this character. Ease. Okay. I'm gonna leave Omega in slot 1 just so that we can try and get the counter. We definitely can just leave Zamasu as he is. This villain team is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Counter. Yes, we got it. Here we go. This would have done a lot more damage if we attacked first. 48 million. Hopefully he does a second super here. Remember, this Goku supers twice. Do a second one? Oh, actually, we might have broken it. We might have attack broken it. We'll see. Yeah, we might have attacked. We'll see. He might, okay, just a casual 134 million attack set from Zamasu. Is that good? Just damage cap, okay. Then he follows up with an 89 million. There's the super, okay. Zamasu is 100% fine here. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna have full power freezes active. Unfortunately, we've only had one turn to stack with him, but we do have it here. Guaranteed crits. Oh, wait, no, it's 30%. Dude, I think that's, like... Hold on. We're actually, like, 1 millimeter of his health bar away from having full power freezes active. That's so annoying. Come on, dude. All right, I'm going to put him in slot 2. Yeah, 1.4 million. He's got his full 70% damage reduction, right? Actually, no, he's got to be first attacker, but... He's got 40% damage reduction. And he's going to be stacking more here. He's fine in slot 2, yeah. Let's do this. Maybe get another counter. He's got the extra additional here, which is why I'm putting him in the middle. I don't know, guys. This is pretty good. Another counter, Omega, thanks. Yeah. I'm in love with Gogeta's animations. I think when it comes to comparing Omega's animations to Gogeta's, like, there's no comparison. What Omega is doing single-handedly for the villains in this game, I think actually might make me like Omega a little bit more than Gogeta. I mean, it feels blasphemous to even say that. But this is legitimately a character that I've been waiting for years. For years. You can run Frieza on this team. You can run Cell on this team. You can run Buu on this team. You can run Goku Black on this team, and it works. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this team, man. I mean, sure, Gogeta is God. I got it. I got it, man. I got it. Gogeta is God. That is a true statement. But this is what I've been waiting for right here. This is what I've been waiting for. Yeah, dude, this is finally they did it. They did it. Omega. I didn't think it would be Omega Shenron though. That's crazy, dude. Omega Shenron. All right. This is where I think we say farewell to our friend Goku. I don't think we need to really show anything else. We've kind of showed what Omega does. He's very good. Individually for the team, like, I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think of LR Dokkan Fest Omega Shenron, but I don't know if there's really anything else I need to say. I've said what I need to say here about this character. This is a character that I've legitimately been waiting for years for. Basically 100 million by this Goku Black. I am going to have a lot of fun with this team. Definitely want to get this guy Max Links and Rainbow, like, now. Like, pronto. But you guys can let me know what you think about this character. Obviously, when compared to Gogeta, this guy's a lot less hype, but what he does for this team, I cannot undersell this. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.